Hi everyone, this is Saul Sunforge for Dungeons and Taverns. Welcome to session 5 of Hero U Rogue to Redemption. It's been a bit since we played, but we're still in the initial stages of the game, it seems like. Right now we're just worried about getting our attributes higher while we go into the cellar of the school and kill some enemies, some rats, in order to gain coin so we can play a card game with the other students. The card game is called Pooba. It seems like it's a form of poker, but it's essentially, I think it's a made-up game, just original game for this. For the gameplay that I edit, I usually play about an hour or two and try to edit it down to about close to a half hour as I can for your viewing pleasure. If you don't know what Hero U Rogue Redemption is, real quick, it was made by Lori and Corey Cole, the creators who worked at Sierra Online and worked on the Quest for Glory series. This is not an official spin-off or anything like that for Quest for Glory, as Sierra doesn't exist anymore, but it was made by Lori and Corey, and it has callbacks to Quest for Glory, and it's done in a similar vein. If you're interested in getting caught up, my other first 4 videos are on the channel, and they are edited, so it won't take you too long to get caught up to where we are now. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do in this session is get healed up. We only had 11 stamina, so let's see what Moira can do. She is the doctor at the school. Alright, well, she healed me back up to full, so let's go back into the basement and do some killing. We don't have much money, but we can buy some. We're going to buy some bandages. We'll buy 3 to help us out in the basement there. Hopefully we can earn more than that 15 that we just spent on those bandages, though, because then we're going to be in trouble. Alright, so we threw a wine bottle and got his attention. We made short work of that first rat. Alright, so we got into a fight and we killed 4 of those drats, but we're almost dead ourselves. So we're going to have to use one of our bandages now. Alright, what is our 10? Alright, we're going to have to use another bandage. What are we at now? 15? 20. It's not that great, but I think we might have earned enough to make more than we spent on those bandages so far. There is one more drat in that room, but we're beating them up pretty good. So that's 6 so far now that we got killed this trip down. So we're getting a little bit stronger. Because remember, before there's like, I could only handle 2. Let's see what else is in this room here. The workbench looks broken. There are a few rusty barrel making tools here. Considering all the barrels trash stashed around here, this must have been a major deal here. Even if I had a use for these tools, there's too rusty to use now. They're more rust than tool. Alright. There's 2 more down. I found a ring in the kiln. What's a ring doing in the oven? Did someone want to destroy it because it is unspeakably evil? Doesn't look particularly evil. Looks rather pretty. Doesn't look particularly melted either. Either it is tougher than it looks, or it was thrown into the kiln after the fire went out. Well, it's mine now. Alright, well that's everything in this room. I cleared it out. I definitely need to go get some oil, though, so I could grease these hinges, because it alerts these drats in the room, and everybody who's in this vicinity will hear the door and come attack. I only have 4 stamina, no way to heal, so I'm heading back and seeing how much I get. Our stats have gone up, though, for sure. I'm going to press my luck with my 4 health here. I know this is very stupid, but I really need money. Please hit. Okay, hit him for 1. Here he comes. He's not going to get to attack. Alright, so then we're going to go ahead and attack. Come on, hit him for something good. 8, okay. Alright, we got 2 left. If this is a hit, we're good. Miss! 1, I have 1 health left. Come on. Oh, and I had to finish him up with a crit with 1 health left. Oh. Alright, so let's go ahead and limp on up the stairs with our 1 health. Oh my gosh. Maybe I got a little bit too greedy there, huh? But I mean, I figured I could do it. I didn't think I was gonna miss like that though. Um, but we did it. We gotta go back to the infirmary. The lady's gonna see me a lot. I have a feeling. All right, let's see what Gregor has for us here. Give me lots of money, hopefully. Sell it. I found these in the dungeon. Very good work, Master Sean. Please come back if you find any more drats or approaches in the dungeon. I'm happy to buy them from you. 18 lira. We made 3. We made 3 on that. That's it's good to get our skills up, but it doesn't seem like a very good way to make really much money. But we're trying to get enough to play that Pooba, so we'll see what happens. Alright, well, let's go get healed up, and then we'll take a look at that ring that we got and see if it's magical or we can sell it. I might end up selling it, even if it is magical, just because of how much I need the money. Just did some dishes to earn a bit more coin, so now we have like 27 lira. I'm going to go train down in the basement a bit, and then I'm going to head back down to the rats. Since all the other students are on vacation right now, this is like the best time, I think, to train, since I can't really, there's no one to interact with. Alright, so I examined the star ring that we picked up from the glass kiln in the basement. I put it on and took it off, and it seems like it changes my smarts. See, I have it on right now, and my smarts is 30. And then if I take it off, we go and look, and it's 25. So that is what it seems to do. Alright, so I sold the ring. It was only worth 10. I sold all those glass bottles because apparently the empty glass bottles are worth 1 apiece. I had 6, so that's 16 total. And then I bought myself the oil, which was 5, and then I bought a healing potion for 20. So I have 19 left. I'm going back down in the basement. I'm going to edit everything out down in the basement unless I'm in a new room or there's new enemies. I used the oil on the hinges this time, so now I can sneak in there and don't have to fight all those drats at one time, thereby killing more of them. Theoretically. Alright, we're going to a new room now. Haven't found any drats yet in the old rooms, so I'm not sure if they respawn or like they'll eventually respawn. It was noisy. I should have oiled the hinges, I guess. I found a bottle of fine wine on the bottle shelf when I was searching for glass bottles to throw. There was a side room off the room we just came from that we haven't explored yet. We'll get to that, but I'm going through this way. Oh, there we go. There's one. Let's throw a bottle at him. It only does 1 damage, but it gets them to make the first move. I was too close. See, I should have waited. I should have been further away when I threw that bottle so he couldn't attack me his first run up to me. Oh, and a miss does not help. Oh, he missed too. Nope. Couldn't have been 11, huh? It had to be 10. Making quick work of him. There he goes. Let's go ahead and use... Should we use a healing potion? I'm not sure how much they heal for. I don't want to waste it. Just in case it's a healing potion that heals you to full from wherever you're at, I'm not going to use it yet. Which might be stupid of me. Alright, here's another room that we're about to go to. Wow. So examine the gates. Gates made of rusted wrought iron and looks as heavy and solid as all the other gates in the wine cellar. It's locked. Can I pick the lock? Gotta practice. Alright. I was hoping it would let me practice my lockpicking on that gate, but it says it's too dangerous after I failed the first time. Which makes sense, so. Alright, so I fought these 2 drats after I came back into the room, and they knocked me down to the 3. So we're going to go ahead and use that healing potion now. Let's see what it does. From 3. So that means we're missing, what, 30? Yeah, we're missing 30. So let's see what it does. Berry flavored healing juice. That sounds delicious. Really? It healed us 20. Okay. So it's just like taking 4 bandages for the same price and the same amount of healing as 4 bandages. You just take it in one turn. Alright, well, let's go to that side room that I skipped. Let's see what's in there. Because we can't go in the locked part yet. It seems to be locked. Alright, oil the hinges. And try to pick the lock. He doesn't have the skill to open it. Alright. Well, it becomes clear our next goal is to get our lockpicking skill up. We got 12 dead rats so far. A lot better than last time. So the oil helped actually save us a bit of health and get us a few extra kills. Joel Cairo. I've been hearing from some of the people in other classes that there's been a series of minor thefts throughout the school. Interesting, is it not? The students are back from break. The teacher gave us a summary of the test we took. I got 80 out of 100, and he let us take electives. I decided to take first aid. I could have taken science or magic as well. Talk with him. Let's see. How was your day off? My day away from school was most profitable, thank you. I trust your day off was equally valuable. Let's see, something clever to enter, polite to charm him. Yeah. Day I felt the warmth with... Excuse me. A day without the warmth and wit of my fellow disbarred bards is sadly dull. Yeah, let's ask about the thefts. What's this about thefts? Students throughout the school have been complaining that clothing items, sundries, and school supplies are missing. Nothing major or significant that would warrant an inquiry. However, so many complaints about thefts implies a pattern, don't you think? Of course, no rogue would think of stealing from other classmates or the school. Suspicion would clearly fall upon someone from our class, particularly someone new to our class. Alright, well, we managed to get into the lock room. It was a locked room of locks. To practice our lock picking, so that's what we're going to do now. We were able to pick the lock to get in here, so that's a good start, I suppose. Let's see. Still locked. Alright, looks like I got some work to do. Alright, well, my basic wooden lockpick is not cutting it, so I think I need to buy a different, like an actual lockpick. Let's see, what does he have here? 15? Sleeping powder. Flash powder, leather pants, a fine throwing dagger. He has some nice items for sale. Alright, let's just get the lockpicks for now, and then go back and try. Don't let the master get you down, Esme. So what if you failed one test? You can always do better next time. I listened to the door before I entered, and they were having a conversation. Talk to Katie. Would you like me to show you how to practice with your dagger on these dummies? I'll be happy to show you how to get better. Right, I'm good. I'm better than you are. Alright. So how'd you come to this school? After my mother died, my father didn't think it was appropriate for me to run the inn by myself, even though I've been doing it for years. He wanted me to get married. He wanted my legs shackled to some jerk for the privilege of working like a galley slave to keep the inn going. He wouldn't let me crew his ship, even though I know the ropes. I've been begging him forever to let me sail with him. No, the sea's no place for a woman. Women can be warriors and kings and paladins. My father thinks they can't be sailors or captains. I came here to prove him wrong. Okay. Let's see what Esme says, because she failed the test. Who cares if you can't tell Kukin whatever from Fleeter Mouse thingy? You have the skills to be a great rogue. Such skills will not help if I am failed from school. I will have to return to my people with tail tucked between. Why do they only do it with the W's? Like, is she supposed to be like a vampire? Say something polite. It's just a quiz. You'll do better on the next one. You'll just have to study a little bit more. But I studied. It did not help. One bad grade is not a failure to make. Don't let it shake you. Try to help her. So what happened with the test? Why do you have so much trouble? I guess I'm just stupid. You stupid? No way. I think you're smarter than you are pretty, and you are really lovely. Why did the test give you so much trouble? I do not read good. I know what the master is saying in class, but when it is written, I do not know words. You need to speak with Master von Erwald about this. Maybe he can give you a spoken rather than a written test. You cannot do that. The master may say I do not belong here, and I will have to go home. Just that I have no home to go to. My parents, they are traveling. Gotta be something you can do about taking tests. I do not know what to do. I'll see what I can do to help you. Thank you. I don't want to fail again. Alright. Well, looks like we're going to have to go talk to the teacher. We don't have time to train because of the dinner bell soon. So let's see if the Master von Erwald is in his office. I've not been in there yet, have I? Let's see. Knock on the door. You may enter. To what do I owe the honor of your presence? I don't want to waste your time, so I'll just ask a few questions. Talk about Esme. I spoke with Esme about her test. She was really upset that she couldn't do better on it. She's really good at practicing her skills, so I wonder why she did so poorly on the test. She said it's because she had a hard time reading what you write for the test. So what are you suggesting to be done about the problem? Maybe you could talk to her. I think she's too embarrassed to come to you. There are many challenges in life. The ability to face one's fears is an important one for many to master. Okay. Let's ask about the grades. So what is the purpose of grades in this class? Isn't being a rogue more about doing stuff rather than taking tests? Think of grades as a measure by which you can judge how well your skills of charm and intelligence work in an academic setting. If you can convince her calmly into giving you a good grade, then you're clearly doing something right. So I wanted to ask you, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. I expect that you all have your lockpicks by now and have read the manual upon the usage. That is only the first step towards the mastery of the lockpick. It takes practice to do this smoothly and quickly. Remember, the locker room is open for practice. The easiest locks are on the table. If you cannot open the lockers, then you had better spend the rest of the class practicing until you acquire the knack. Any questions? Ask for a demonstration. Aren't you going to demonstrate how to use lockpicks? No. Watching someone pick a lock is about as enlightening as watching someone write a letter in order to learn how to write. The only way to learn how is by doing it yourself. I give you this opportunity now to improve your lockpicks. Use your time wisely. Oh, and if you're taking an elective class, you have to get to your next classroom by 3 this afternoon. Alright. Let's go practice some locks. Oh, it's already 2. Alright, well, I guess we'll practice locks for just a little bit. Alright. Oh, there's other students in here. Alright, so it's 3 p.m. now. I'm at the elective class for first aid. Here's the teacher. You met her a few times already. She's healed my wounds. I am Lady Moira Glenn Shannon, and I welcome you all to our first class on first aid. As heroes, we all must face danger. The purpose of this class is to help you survive injuries as well as to be able to help others. In this class, you'll learn the basics of treating injuries. You'll learn to identify and use natural remedies. You'll also learn how to make pills and potions that promote healing. While there will be some lectures, there will also be time spent working with plants and fungi in the garden. After all, fresh air and sunshine will help heal the spirit. Are there any questions you would like to ask before we get started? Something clever, perhaps? Or charming? Charming. Sounds like a great class. I'm sure I'll learn a lot of useful stuff from it. I certainly hope so, Sean. Such techniques can save lives. Now then, shall we get started? Oh. Alright. So I guess it just auto happens. And then you get whatever stats from it. I thought maybe it was like an actual class. Let's see if we can sneak past the principal and increase our sneaking skills. We have to see him. He'll walk. Like, he actually patrols this area. We've seen it before in one of the earlier videos. Yeah, see? So we gotta get going. Oh, never mind, the dinner bell. Alright, so we went to the library and spent some time researching. We researched our herbalist book, and then we found a lock-picking book, so we increased our tool use. Because we're trying to get in through one of the... Well, there's two doors, I think, that are in the basement that are locked. We can't get through to them, so we can't continue to fight whatever else is in the basement. I trust that you all have taken the opportunity to master the basics of picking locks. With the technique and the instruction manual, you should be able to pick the basic locks on houses and small chests. For the more complex locks, you'll need a combination of this skill with more advanced tools. Master von Urwald, there was a series of thefts last night in the school. Several Bard students reported that their instruments were taken from the practice room. The receptionist is missing all her pens and paper. The pantry in the kitchen was raided and a bushel of apples was taken. This is clearly the act of one of your students. That's what happens when you gather a group of scallywags and criminals in one place. Herr Turk, I sincerely doubt that any rogue would stoop to pilfering stationery or apples. Who other than your rogues would steal? If these thefts don't stop and items are not returned where they belong, then I will be forced to speak to the headmaster about expelling every student in this class. They are obviously little better than the common criminals. I shall address the matter myself. Thank you, Sykonen Gehen Mortimer. See that you do, Gerhard, or the headmaster will take action. Oh, so Turk's not the headmaster? He's just the principal? Seems as if we have been called upon to play the role of the detective. It'll be a good use of your skills of observation and stealth for you to uncover the petty thief who besmirches your reputation. Do what you can to solve this mystery. It would demonstrate to Herr Turk that rogues have a place at this school, thereby annoying him to no end. I love that. The honor of the rogue class must be restored. I shall find the thief and prove to the headmaster that rogues are true heroes. See that you do, Herr Sosi. And lesson. Alright, now we read the lock-picking book. Let's see what happens for our first attempt back at picking the lock. This lock is trickier than the other ones. I guess my tool use skills aren't quite up to snuff yet. We gotta keep practicing. Alright, so we're back into our herbalism elective first aid. Today we're going to discuss bandages and how to use them to prevent further damage to a wound. I suggest that you always carry a set of bandages everywhere. You never know when you might need some. First, you'll need to know how to make an effective bandage, the type of material, the care and the cleaning of the material, and the proper sizes. Then we'll talk about how to wrap wounds, sprains, and even temporarily treat broken bones. Does anyone have any questions or comments before we get started? Let's see. Show you something clever about this class. So you're saying the bandages are more than just rags and torn cloth. Will we be able to make some in class so that we can learn the difference? Yes, effective bandages are much more than just rags. I'll be demonstrating the difference, and then you will have at least the last half hour of class to make bandages. Take some away with you. Very well, let us get started. Alright. We got 5 bandages. Sweet. We're just gonna have to wait until dinner. I wasn't sure what I was. Sorry, I was looking at the clock here to see what time it is, but the dinner bell's about to ring, so we're just gonna go ahead and go to dinner. So far, I've got 4 days of playing time in, so we're on day 11 now. So I think that's the way I'll be doing it from now on. Just only the relevant stuff, so there isn't really too many duplicate items, you know. Or duplicate fights and things, and some of the side conversations I've been leaving out. So this way, in case you decide to play it yourself, then your experience will be, different. So Riki and Ifeteya, the chef, they said that the thief has only stolen apples, but he's taken bites of other things, like quiche, and he didn't like it. So that's all I know so far is the thief really likes apples, and they can't make apple tarts anymore until the apples are recovered. But thankfully there's some apples over here we can actually grab, so let's get an apple. Take an apple. There we go. So now we have the apple in our inventory. I think we could give it out as a gift, but I don't know who wants it. I just know that there's a few places that you can give gifts, and so far, an apple is the only thing I can think of in a school environment that's a gift. There's Aeolus, my roommate. Have you heard about the thefts in the school? 2 people in my music theory class said that they had things stolen from their room. Alright, let's go talk to him. Talk to him. Can't find my favorite panpipe. Do you think we were robbed? Have you tried searching through some of the junk in the room? I looked around, but I didn't see them anywhere. Talk about the thefts. I heard there was a thief going around the school. Mr. Turk seemed to think it was one of the students. Sounds like Mr. Jerk. Yeah, but who would do such a thing? Besides, dorm room doors are supposed to be protected against lockpicks. It would take a really skilled thief to pick these locks. How could they do it? You know what they say, practice, practice, practice. So how are things going? Starting a new panpipe band with some of the classmates called the Heart's Love. Will be the Ardent Pipers' only Heart's Love band. If I ever get my panpipes back. Glad you're feeling better now. May seem like I'm better, but I can smile when I choose, but deep down inside there's a pain I can't hide. Got the broken-hearted blues. On the other hand, my songwriting ability has improved. Alright, let's go to the desk and study before we get to sleep. And that'll be the end of our session. Huh? What? Did I hear something? Oh, he was interrupted in his sleep. I guess it must have been a dream. Alright. What time is it? I gotta race to breakfast. As I was saying, apparently the school thief continues to plague the school. This morning, Herr Turk reiterated his threat to close down the rogue school. Normally, I would dismiss Herr Turk's blusterings as inconsequential. However, I noticed that the globe is missing from this room. There is a thievery problem here that must be solved. And it would be best to redeem our blemished reputation if you're the ones to solve it. To that end, I will add a new tool to your repertoire, the trap. There are many ways to entrap your foes. We shall address a few simple traps that can be used to slow down or injure an opponent. Traps are useful in limited situations. You're in a dangerous situation. Setting down a trap in the path of a monster will give you an opportunity to escape or slow down its advance upon you. In the context of the school thief, you'll first need to figure out where the thief goes. The trap is a method of detaining the thief while you confront him or her. There are 2 types of traps now available in the school store. The standard trap does minor damage, but it detains a person for a few rounds of a combat encounter. The other trapping device for sale at the store is the GUI. This is a liquid one pours on the ground. It's very sticky and will stop a person for a few moments. However, the GUI only lasts for a few hours before it dries to dust, nor does it work on larger than man-sized opponents. There's another trap that will eventually be added to your repertoire, the Mighty Trap. The Mighty Trap does serious damage to the opponent. It contains the opponent for many rounds. I don't recommend that you use this trap unless you're physically threatened by your opponent. It is a weapon, not a mere tool. Do you have any questions, Fraulein McMichael? Are you saying that we set traps all around the school to try to catch this thief? Wouldn't that catch anyone who wasn't watching his steps? No, I did not say that. I assumed that you would use common sense and only use a trap if you had a reasonable chance of catching exactly what you intend to trap. Do not place traps in hallways or other places that innocent bystanders are likely to get caught. If you find a remote area that the thief frequents, you can bait the trap with something to attract the thief's eyes, and thus lead the thief to the trap. The apple? That's the only thing I know about it so far, that it likes apples. Once you have uncovered the thief's identity, speak to me about it. I shall handle the situation. Any other questions? Oh, tell Master von Urwald about the noises. Been awakened by noises in the middle of the night coming from the hallway. Then that would be a good starting point from which to catch the thief if you choose to follow up on it. So we should use the regular trap to catch this thief, or minor nuisances. Mighty trap if we are facing a dangerous monster. Is that it, Master? Yeah, Herr Sosi. I expect you all to use the tools appropriately. Very well, find that thief. He has violated precept number 4 of the rogue rules when he stole our globe. I want him apprehended. Guten Tag. Alright, it's day 12. Class is over. This seems like a good place to save it. And we're at our half-hour mark, so thank you so much for watching. I'm Saul Sunforge. This is Dungeons and Taverns. If you enjoy these types of games, then go ahead and follow. I do other things besides tabletop role-playing. This is one of them. Have a great day.